Hello, I'm Bill Laveris, Editorial Director of the Enterprise CIO Forum. I'm joined here today by Wayne Schertz, who is CIO of SuperValu, one of the nation's leading grocery retailers and chain operators. Wayne is also the recipient of the Enterprise CIO Forum's Transformational CIO Award. Wayne, thank you very much for joining me here today, and congratulations.
Thank you, Bill. Great to be here.
I want to talk with you a little bit about the shifting role of the CIO, which of course it seems to be undergoing a lot of change today. Now, in the last say 10 years, what has changed most profoundly in the role of the CIO? And I'd like you to reflect both your experience as a CIO as well as your experience as a consultant in the past, and what has been the chief drivers of that change?
Bill, that's a great question, and I've seen that, been able to look at that question from a number of different angles as I've been on the business side before coming to IT, then as a consultant working with CIOs in major projects, and now as a CIO at two organizations. I believe, 10 years ago we were doing great work predominantly in the back room and with process efficiencies across the organization, implementing ERP programs, connecting the organization, connecting information, and there's been a lot of great benefit for business that has come out of that. As the role changes, I think we will shift to the CIO will be much more a customer-facing, commercially focused role as opposed to the back room. And I believe what is driving that change is the consumerization of IT that's really just taken off in the last couple of years. Most companies, consumers today carry a smartphone. They have laptops, they have iPads and tablets, and the way that they are getting their information, the way they are digesting it, the way they are sharing it, the way they are making buying decisions is being very much influenced by the technology that they have in their pockets, and it's changing the world. And technology, therefore, has become a major component when you talk about how companies will engage consumers, how we will market to them, how we will target them, how we will engage them, how we will share information. And it was just something that did not exist even 5 years ago. So, with that consumerization of IT, the role of the CIO will very much move from the back room to the marketing and revenue and customer engagement side of the fence. And I think that's a very fundamental shift and a very exciting one as well.
It's almost like with the role of IT, it's a matter of from, say, helping to run the business to helping to run the business better, to make it more efficient.
There's absolutely that will stay there, and now it'll move to how do we engage customers and how do we have that conversation with customers in a very new, different, faster way.
Mm-hmm. Tail's definitely wagging the dog, and that's not going to change anytime soon.
Right.
What about the attitude of, say, non-IT business executives toward the CIO as this transformation of the CIO's role takes place? What do you think might change, if anything, there?
Well, I think that the CIO has to step up and basically grab this opportunity, if you will, and show to the organization the role that IT can play in helping on the customer front, on the commercial front, and basically demonstrate and give the example for those other business execs to see it's not just the back room anymore. I believe that we have lots of execs who get this today. They see it. They see their kids using all this technology. They see their husbands and wives using this technology in a different way. They themselves are using it in a different way and making different buying decisions, and they get it. And others we will need to provide the example. I would encourage CIOs and IT departments, do not wait to be invited. Don't play the victim. Get out and demonstrate, get some projects going and demonstrate what the value that IT can bring by engaging with customers in a new and different way.
Mm-hmm. So looking out again 5 years, Wayne, what skills do you think CIOs are going to be most relying upon that perhaps they may not have in such great amount today that they're going to need in 5 years hence?
Bill, I'm going to mention three things, and I think that in all of these three skills, CIOs have these skills today. I think we're going to need to do a little muscle building and get better and stronger at each of the three. So the first one is business strategy. As technology becomes more pervasive and consumers have them and have that technology and get their information in a different way, we're going to need to be able to think through what are the implications on that, on our business, the way we go to market, and what that means for our strategy. And I think that will be very incumbent on the CIO to develop that vision and share that with the executive leadership team in his or her company. So business strategy is certainly one of them. Really understanding customer engagement will be another one. And it's probably a bit of the marketing muscle that we have to build and work closely with our chief marketing officers on developing this within the organization. But I've talked about it, that consumer having that technology and it becoming so much a part of their everyday life means that there are new great opportunities for how we engage customers, and then thinking through what that means, how we're going to use technology to do that, and working very closely with your CMO to make that happen. And the third bill, I think, is having a vision and getting people to engage in that vision of seeing a new, different, and better way of doing things, but really becoming a people leader and a visionary to try to paint the picture of what this new world with technology is going to be like, and how it can change the business and how we interact with partners, with customers, and getting people to buy into that and to follow it. I think those are three areas that the CIO certainly has muscle and has skill in today, but I think we're going to need them in growing supply in the future.
So business acumen, customer awareness, and then vision. Very interesting that technology doesn't come up in those top ones, but obviously you still need that as well.
Yeah, you do, and I think you're going to need great teams still that can manage technology in a very professional and very expert way. But I think the time of the CIO needs to be spent more on those three areas, where they need to work with the rest of the executive leadership team and the company to paint that vision, and then have some great people that you hired to make sure you can deliver it all behind you.